Hello, everyone. Welcome to our Dev Guild. Every 2 weeks, we do a really nice thing for our community and everyone out there who wants to learn more about Solana and basically everything that comes with um, developing things on chain. Um, My name is Bjorn. I do developer relations for Super Team Germany. We at Super Team Germany build decentralized communities here in Germany. And every 2 weeks, as I said before, I have a special guest here, a guy from a project who will show you how their tech works. And we will discuss why this is amazing, what it can help you to grow your own project. If you have development skills and you want to reach the next level, this can also be a nice thing for you to do. And today we have a really exciting guest because I met him on our build station first time. They sponsored a side track back then for us, and it was a really great experience. He was there day one. He was supposed to be there for one day. He got the vibes, and we got him. And out of the sudden, he stayed until the end of our build station. We had all a blast, as you can imagine. And now he decided to come on stage here today because they did something really cool. They launched an amazing ecosystem program that can help you, the project out there, to get everything you need in terms of exposure and maybe funding. Like it's a nice comparison to all the stuff that we already do for you, and also it's going to be a really nice coding example because the project that they do solves a really easy problem. It solves the problem that you might have users and you have the most user-friendly app, but in the end, the wallets are empty. And the question is, how can you top them up? This is exactly where Mercuryo comes in. So I'm super excited to have their DevRel here today, sharing some alpha about their recently released program. I think the program is like 2 weeks old, so it's super fresh, super new, and there's lots of good things to come. And with that, I just want to say, please give a warm GM and applause in the chat for Vlad. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks,
Steven,
Bjorn.
how are
Thanks a
you?
lot for the warm introduction. I'm great. I'm great. As I've mentioned to you before, I came to Cyprus for our Big Time Summit event, and I've enjoyed the weather that much. So I'm staying here for 3 weeks already, and I'm not planning to leave. I've been in Germany, and in Germany at Berlin, you have an amazing vibes, but the weather for me is more crucial. Yet, Yeah, and so today, as Bjorn already mentioned, we'll be talking about ecosystem program. We'll be doing the live example, and we have some special guests, some special hidden guests for now. But you'll be definitely excited for those. I guess I can start with the ecosystem program. It's a very short presentation because it's very simple as is. Yeah, Bjorn, if you could do the presentation on the screen.
Right. Let's start with the presentation and then we talk about everything that comes next.
Yeah. So in Mercuryo, we've just opened the ecosystem program, which would help projects on Solana and basically on every network to thrive. And I'll give a little bit on introduction. What's Mercuryo? Bjorn already tell that we're on and off ramp, which in crypto community means letting your users buy and sell crypto. We're not trading crypto. We're letting the project to insert our widget, which allows them to allow their users to buy and sell crypto. We also have some cool and other projects, which is spend card, which allows you to spend your crypto with debit card in every store on the planet. We have some cool projects with DCA if you want to do the repeat top up of the user's wallet, like some type of subscription or anything like that. We also have the Pro product, which is basically a concierge service for the high net worth individuals, letting them buy enormous amounts of cryptos securely with 24/7 support. And yeah, I mean, we're the largest on and off ramp business in Europe. We are partners with basically every major crypto project you can name: MetaMask, Trust Wallet, Ledger, 1inch, everybody, all the big names from the community. And we've decided at some point, we've understood that we have the enormous network of the big projects we're working it. We have the very great product for mass adoption, which is on and off ramp, which allows basically bring Web2 audience to your crypto app, because they don't have to have the crypto on their wallet. They can just buy it inside your app. We have some cool products coming up, which would be very, very interesting, but unfortunately I can say about that yet. And we've decided that it's enough for us to acquire the resources we have to share, and that's why we created the ecosystem program. So a little bit more in numbers, I guess those are crucial to understand the scale of the company, for those who might think that buying and selling crypto is not that much of a chunk of crypto business. Well, 1 billion in turnover, more than 160 countries, so covering basically all of the world. Most of the major chains, specifically Solana, definitely, we just couldn't live without that. 10 million KYC users. So it's not even about the users which used our widget at least once. It's about the users which already passed the KYC. And if your app needs the KYC, we can share this audience with you, and we can basically pass, if the user already used the widget inside your app, we can pass the KYC status for him to later use all of the rest of the projects. Yeah, I mean, more than 200 projects already, 5 years in the game, and 40 tokens across those 20 chains. I guess that's more than enough, but we were implementing new tokens and new chains almost every month, and we're working to cover everything which is essential for the user base. In terms of the perks, and that's the most interesting part. First of all, for those of you who are thinking about going to an investment and thinking of some acceleration/incubation programs, we're equity free. So we don't ask any money, any stake for our help. We're just helping you. That's it. And I guess that's the most interesting part, because if you go to most of the incubators, they'll ask you for like 5 to 10% chunk of your initial investments. We don't do that. Fully equity free, free credits. And that's the interesting part, because for those small projects which don't generate enough revenue for the widget, we usually ask, and at least we asked previously, for some integration fee. Right now, in terms of ecosystem program, it's fully free, so you can implement the widget and use it off the go without any money required. As I've said previously on the slide, a lot of partners, a lot of media exposure, and we are willing to share it with your project. We're willing to help you with marketing. We're willing to help you with PR, because we have that already covered. The access to the Mercuryo network. I mean, if your project needs to use any of the info of the big players, such as, for example, Trust Wallet, because I do believe I've heard somewhere that they're launching wallet as a service. So if you need that in beta testing, we can probably arrange that. If you need some collaboration with MetaMask for your PR, we can do that. And all of our partners are willing and already waiting in queue to work with the projects we'll be inviting to the ecosystem program. As I've said already, 10 million users with the KYC, so it helps you a lot with the projects, with the initial audience. And mentorships and workshops, that's the interesting part, because we already have a lot of stuff in the workshops. So as I've mentioned, I've been to Big Time Summit. That was our big expo, I guess 2 weeks ago. Yeah, in the start of November. And I've did 2 workshops, which I will share you after the stream, is how to win every hackathon and how to become a startup after hackathon. I guess those were pretty valuable. I mean, I might ask when we'll have a talking session, Bjorn and some special guests might share you the experience of those workshops. And in terms of mentorship, we've had one project which won on our hackathon, and they needed some help with legal stuff. we can cover that. If any project has problems with marketing, we can cover that. If any project has any problems with even design, we can help you with that. So like every missing part in your projects, if you have those, we can cover that. We can help you with go-to-marketing strategy, with PR strategy, with marketing strategy, like building. We're basically completing, helping you to complete the project, to be fully investment ready, to have all of the parts covered. uh, yeah, and in terms of who's it for, definitely it's first of all for the startups and builders who are willing to seek some help or some partnerships with us. But it's also for the foundations and VCs who are looking to get cool projects which are already verified by our company, because our company, the ecosystem program is not fully opened. Obviously, I'll share you the QR code for applying later on, but we're handpicking the projects. And for the VCs and foundations, they can trust that the projects are valid. They can trust that those projects are investment ready, because we will be helping those projects with that. Definitely as well for universities, because uh, a lot of universities seek help with partnerships, because they want to provide their students with some great opportunities. And I guess this is one of the great opportunities university could share with their students. And the most interesting part, the QR code. You can, when you scan QR code, you just click on the Mercuryo ecosystem program, because we also have a link to our new product, which is cards. And there will be a Notion, and on the Notion you can learn a bit more about the ecosystem program, and there would be a link to apply for the ecosystem program itself. Yeah, I'll give you some time to scan the project, and I'll prepare myself for the coding session, because that's what we'll be having right now. And also, I'll give you some time to open the editor, to maybe create a GitHub repo, because the project will be quite simple, but I guess it is as simple as our integration gets. So I could have done some coding session for 1 hour, but unfortunately, our integration is so simple, it only takes 5 minutes with building the project itself, not only the integration. Yeah. Bjorn, maybe you could share a bit of your experience of the work on the workshops while we're waiting for the
That's
people.
so incredible. Thank you so much.
So, how was your experience on the
Yeah,
workshops?
so the workshops, I mean, it was just great. We went there to Cyprus, and Carlo and I, we had a really, really nice time there. We got to meet so many great people, um, and we could talk about our own experience from our hackathon, but also we could to learn so many new angles about all this stuff. So the system, the program itself, like Vlad said, is so incredible and so valuable in my opinion. I mean, just to repeat, you said like there's 10 million users that you share without KYC. So
No,
if I
it's
understand it
10
right,
million KYC users,
it
which
means like
already passed the
your
KYC inside our widget.
audience is shared, and they don't have a new audience does not have to use a ID card or something like this to be verified,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. It's 10 million users who already passed the KYC. So if they come to your app and they'll be using Mercuryo widget, they wouldn't have to pass KYC, because we share the audience and they just enter their email, and they don't have, because if you're building some, for example, non-custodial apps, and that's a requirement for you not to have any mention on the KYC, because maybe you don't have the legal entity as most of the non-custodial apps, or you just don't want your users to have that experience. If we would be shielding your project from our page, you'll receive the users who wouldn't be for users for whom it wouldn't be necessary to complete KYC, because they already done that. And for those projects who need their users to pass the KYC, we can share the SamSap token after they used our widget inside your app. So you don't have to carry this all on your side. I guess
Really
we can
nice.
peacefully transfer to
So
the
with
coding
that,
session.
maybe we can continue with the coding example, and then we have our talk later.
Yeah. So a little bit introduction on what I will be building. We'll be building a simple Telegram bot, which would allow to specify first the cryptocurrency, then the fiat currency, and then the amount user wants to buy. And after that, generate link to actually buy the crypto. And I'm a little bit old, so I'm using Telebot library because when I was 14, I started coding those Telegram bots, and I just fell in love with this library. And I know there are better ones, the faster ones, but I guess for the example, this one is the easiest one. All you have to do is create a bot, which is done like that. I wouldn't share you the token because you might steal that, even though I might redo this one. But like as most of the people do, I just create a config file where I place all of the variables, and yeah, you're initiating the bots with config, and that's it. Your bot done. Then you never forget about pulling, because that's how you basically start the bot, make it work. Sometimes I forgot some stuff, so I have the main file which is already done here, and I will be looking a bit on that, but I'll try to remember as much stuff as I can. How the Telegram bot operates is it has those handlers in Python, which basically how to better name it. So handler is a construction which runs the function based on some statements which are applied here. And the first thing you should do when you're building a Telegram bot is set up a handler for start comment, because when people go to the Telegram, and when people go to your bot, the first thing they see, give me a second, I will find the bot is, oh yeah, I've shared the token, but I'll just redo that. The first thing they see, if I clear the history with the bots, let me do that in 5 seconds. The first thing they see when they enter the bot, they see the start button. And the start button is the only option for them to start the bot. And when they click it, they actually send the start comment. So that's why we're setting up the handler for this comment. And in this function, we'll just create a message for sending the bot, which would send the message to the user. It's done like that. I mean, every function which goes after the handler should have the message parameter in that, and that's the message of the user, which contains all of the information about which user sent it, what exactly was the text of the message, in which chat it was sent, and all of the requirement stuff. And when we are sending the message, we should also specify where to send it. And since we are only doing the bots without any functionality to use those in the group, only with the private chat inside the bot, we can just send the message to the message we've received dot from user, which is information about the user who sent the message and his user ID. And then we send the message something along the lines, hi, it's bought to buy crypto, and then just specify the crypto you want to buy. And since we're building the very easy example, I'll do the list of accessible crypto at this example. As I've mentioned previously, we have more than 20 networks, but for this example, let's just use Bitcoin, Ethereum, and obviously Solana. No, I will just do it even differently. We'll first make Solana, then Bitcoin, then Ethereum, because we all know what was the best blockchain. And then we'll just show the user which crypto he can buy, but by basically showing him the list of the crypto. And then the easiest part to basically make the user fill in kind of the form is called register next step handler, which works very simple. Let's create a function for check crypto to check if the user actually entered the right crypto. But yeah, so how the register next step handler works is that you pass the message after which it should start. That's why we normally when you send the message, you just do it like that. But that's why we assigned the message to the variable. So then we can pass it to the next step handler, and then the bot would know after which message he should register all the next steps. And yeah, then we just specify which function and which callback we want to do after the user sends the message. And this would be the check crypto. And in check crypto, we'll do the very easy statement. If the message text is in crypto list. Oh my God, crypto. If the message is in crypto list, then we'll pass. And if not, yeah, let's do it the hard time, since I didn't want to do this on the stream, but I guess this is quite an essential and interesting part about building the bots. If you want what I'll be building right now is basically a recursion, because if the user didn't enter the correct crypto, we should notify him and give him another chance to actually enter the correct crypto. And here we'll just do the message once again, because we'll be doing the next step handler once again. And we'll send him the message saying that he entered the wrong crypto. Message from user.id, and you've sent the wrong crypto. The allowed list is, and then once again mentioning what he is allowed to send. And then that's the recursion part, because we'll do the register next step handler once again. Register next step handler once again, but this time we'll do it in a recurring manner on the same function it would call from. So if the user sent wrong crypto, the crypto outside the list, then he would go to the else statement. We'll send him the message that he sent the wrong crypto, and then we'll wait for his next message. And since the next step handler is set to the check crypto, to the same function we're in, after the user sends the crypto, it will go once again to this if statement and checking if the crypto was working great. And for the ease of the future coding, let's set up all of the future functions which we will need to collect all of the information from the user. Let's also do the check fiat, and let's do the check amount to check if the user sends the integer or not. Amount message, and let's also do the main part, which is generate the link. And that's what I was saying with the ease of integration. That the whole coding example, it would be, I guess, in total 50 strings or something around that. But the only part about Mercuryo in this example would contain, I would say, 10 strings, even less than 10 strings. So it's more of my experience on building the bots, I guess. Yeah, and the structure of all of the messages would be pretty much the same, except that since we're filling the form for the users, we're kind of have to bring the context. And if we're checking the crypto and the first thing, we don't have to pass any context. But if we're doing all of the future steps, we should carry the information that user already filled in to the future context. So we will know by the end of the form which crypto he specified, which fiat he specified, and which amount he specified. Yeah, and we'll do here, like it works exactly the same with all of the next step handlers. We first create the message which is sent to the user, and then we register the next step handler, basically passing it to the next step of the form. And here we'll do the message from user.id once again, and we'll greet the user because we cannot lose his attention. Probably he has an attention of 5 seconds after sitting in TikTok, so we'll have to interact with him always. Amazing. Now send the fiat currency you want to buy crypto with, and then we will just specify that it would be either euro or USD. Also, just for the examples, we have a lot more fiat currencies in our widget, but just for the ease of this coding example, we'll just specify that. And we'll also mention that it would be only euro and USD in our list. And then we once again register next step handler. Register next step handler, but this time we will also pass the message, but this time we should pass the to the fiat, we should pass the context. Which crypto did the user chose? And since we cannot pass the function with the parameters like that, like check fiat message and crypto message dot. Give me 1 second. I'll continue with the explanation. We'll just say that crypto choice is message.text for the easiness of understanding the code. And we cannot pass the crypto choice like that because we should only send the function without the parameters inside the step handler. So what everybody does and what I do myself, we just do the basic lambda thing with the message, and then we do the check fiat with this time with first message, which would be passed from the next step handler, and then the crypto choice for the user. So since we're passing 2 arguments, we should include the crypto choice here and basically do once again the same thing, but this time we should check if the message text was in fiat, since this time it's check fiat function. And now we should say the user to now send the amount of and he would be the crypto you want to buy. He would insert crypto choice, and we'll do the f string. Yeah. And for the else statement, since we are already not in the check crypto function, but in the check fiat function, you've sent the wrong fiat. The allowed list is fiat, and yeah, the allowed list is better to do it like that. And just euro, and USD. And since we already have the context of crypto choice, but we just want the user to redo the fiat choice, we also have to do the lambda here because we have to pass the choice of crypto since it's already been established. But we don't do the check here. We have to do check amount because we will be checking the amount after this message of sending the amount. But here we have to do check fiat as well to recur to the same function to give the user one more chance to complete the fiat choice correct. And we'll pass the crypto as well to keep the context of the user in place. And we're almost there, guys. We're almost finished. I'm trying to keep it as simple as it could be, and I guess I'm doing great work with that. But let's do the last step. And here we forgot to write the context of fiat choice. Since here you remember we did the crypto choice and we passed that to the next function. The same thing we should do here. We should create the fiat choice and make it message.text and basically do that. And after that, we should also pass not only the crypto choice, but also the fiat choice of the user. And let's do here crypto choice, fiat choice, and choice. Is it even a word? I mean, I'm having a great time, but I guess I'm already starting to forget some English words. But I guess if it's not even written correctly, I hope you do understand the context of that. Yeah, but last time we'll do the fiat, the amount, and this would be message text as well. But this time we wouldn't be checking if this is anywhere from the list, because we allow the user to buy whatever amount he wants. But we'll do the built-in Python method, which is called isDigit. And it works pretty simple. I will show you in the console right here. So for example, we have variable a, which is equal to 12, let's say, and we have a variable b, which is equal to 1.2, let's say. We have variable c, which is
Do
equal
you think
to...
you can make your font a bit,
Oh yeah,
font size a
definitely.
bit bigger?
Just like that.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah,
Yes.
I mean, in general, it would even work better if I'll do the text like that. Yeah, and so how the isDigit function works is if it checks the string, if it's digit or not. Oh, I've written it not the correct way. IsDigit. Yeah, so for the A, which is 12, it's true. For the B, it's false, and for the C, it would be it would be false as well. So it's only checking for the like integer values. I guess it would work for this simple example as well. I actually forgot the function for the checking both integers and floats, but let's stick with the integers for now. And if the amount is digit, then we'll just send the user message, like message from user.id, send him one moment, because we'll be sending the link in this generate link function. So we just send the message one moment, and then generate link, and pass all of the parameters there. We have to pass the message there, since we would need to know to which user we need to send the link. We should pass the crypto choice there. We should pass the fiat choice there, and we should also pass the amount there. And that's what I was saying with the context. We can see how we're building the context along those functions. We first pass the crypto choice to this function, then we passed crypto and fiat choice to that function, and at the end we have all of the choices user done in the previous functions. But here, like that, it would be a little bit of a different structure. It would be an easier structure if you will be writing a class, and you can store all of the values linked to user ID in some class dict. But since we're doing like the functional programming here, that's the way to go with that. Yeah, let's do the message for the wrong amount. You've sent the wrong amount. Only integers values are valid. since we've just discovered that the isDigit function is working only with integers. Yeah, let me clear the chat since we'll be running this very, very soon. And for the generating the link, I forgot the name of the library. It's called like that. And let's also import some stuff which we'll be needing for the beautiful button. I don't exactly remember how to create the button, but I guess I have this file to sometimes check it. And I'll copy this thing because it's not the best thing to write with your bare hands. We have the base URL, and oh yeah, let's do all of the parameters to fill in those. Here would be the crypto choice first. Crypto choice. Choice is written with S, I guess, or with C. Yeah. Crypto choice, fiat choice, and amount. And so here we would paste the things crypto and fiat and amount, and just a little bit of explanation. What are the parameters? What is the base URL, and how is it all working? Basically, the base URL is our URL to our widget, and this is only working for the internal testing. So I advise you not to use this method, which I'll be showing here, since in order to use the widget properly, you should be giving the widget ID so you can track all of the transactions of all of the users. And on our side, we can make sure who is inserting our widget and where, and we can check if any malicious stuff is going on. So this is an example which shouldn't be working in your app, and I strongly advise you not to do as I'm doing here. But for the ease of understanding how the integration works, it works as well. For the actual integration, I might show you an example which wouldn't work, so I'm not worried about that. It looks pretty much the same, except that you would also have to insert widget ID, which you should be given after you join ecosystem program or after you become our client. And you will be needed to just insert the widget ID so you can track your transaction, and we can track all of your transactions, and everything would be safe. But for the sake of easiness, we're not doing it here. We're not inserting the widget ID. We're just specifying the type, which is we're specifying the currency and the network. Those are the same here because for both Ethereum, Bitcoin, and Solana, the network and the currency are the same. Why we have two parameters? Because, for example, we have USDT tokens on the Ethereum network. And in that case, you would be you should specify the network to Ethereum and the currency to USDT. Then amount and the currency, then using URL encode, a simple built-in, I guess, library in Python, building this link, doing all of the parameters. And then we can create, I always forget, as I say, how to do the inline buttons. So I'll just copy that. We can create the keyboard, which is, I'll show you when we finish the example. It's basically a very, very nice looking button below the message, which is easy to click, easier and more beautiful just to then click on the link. Yeah, we'll create the keyboard markup first because it has the availability to create multiple buttons below one message. We'll be only creating one, but we'll still have to create the markup. Then we create the button, which is buy button, which is buy now, and the URL which we've just created. And we will be just adding this to the markup. And then as a final thing in our coding example, we'll be sending the message to the user, message.user.from user.id, and the text, which is tap to buy, let's say. And then we should reply markup. This is basically letting Telegram know that the keyboard we've just created, we want to stick it to this specific message. And let's cross the fingers and hope that everything would go from the first time, since Yeah, it's not usually how I develop, but for the sake of, once again, easiness of the code example, we'll do that. We'll do Python 3 dot py. Yeah. All right, it's running, and let's test it. We press start. Did I do the wrong code? Oh my god, the bot polling is working. What would be telabot? Did I do everything right? Let me test once again. All right, this happens. That's the live. That's why the coding is alive. Let me double check. The token. Let's just do the initialization of the bots. Like here, maybe I written something wrong. Let's do it. Why is it our example Python bot 3? Why is it not even letting me exit the terminal? Something strange is happening with the live coding examples. Bot.py, let's check it once again, if it will start working right now. Damn, guys. That's actually very, very strange. So as a backup, that's why I did the backup. We have the main program, which is basically the same. I might have missed some essential parts. I'll share you what I've missed after the stream. I have to debug that. I'm not sure if it's right thing to do it right now. But if we try to run the oh my god, guys, I forgot about the main instance of the bot running at the other window. Maybe it would work right now. If not, then we'll just transfer it to the safe one. Yep. I might have forgot something very simple, but as I said previously, I don't want to waste your time, so we'll just do the main file, main.py. All right. No, it shouldn't be like that. Guys, I've just did everything before. Maybe somebody stole the token. So Bjorn, if you could stop the translation, I will just redo the token and maybe.
Yeah, sure. 1 second. Yeah, guys, this is why we are live. This is what can happen, but you see, even for the best, it can happen. I think it's not that bad, because if you are deaf, you know that these things are just things of your daily life, I would say. By the way, apologies for being a bit slow in the beginning. I had issues with my microphone. So basically, I was hearing everything twice with the lag. So it was super hard, but I think I have fixed it now. I hope you can hear me well. So
Yeah, everything is great. I mean, in terms of sound,
let me
and
just continue
the
like
bots.
But as you can see, first of all, very interesting. This is the first time in our developer guild where we had a Python example. Before it was TypeScript, except for Leo. Leo did something with Rust and with TypeScript. As you can see, also many things on Solana work on TypeScript. So if you don't really feel like you are a seasoned Rust developer, this should not be in any way a roadblock for you. I mean, you can always pick it up along the way, but if you really want to start with something and want to touch grass with Solana, it's always a good idea to, just start it and see how far you can already go with TypeScript, because I could do many things already on TypeScript before I had to deploy my first program. It's something people most of the time don't really know, but I think it's always important to mention that, because, I mean, yeah, Rust always feels like the next step after doing something with TypeScript. Yeah. On the other hand, I think the basics of the examples were pretty well laid out. And thank you so much for doing this extra extended version of coding the bot. I saw it working before, so I really think it was really little that's maybe missing. But yeah,
I guess it's just Telegram doesn't want us to do the right thing, because the problem is I just created the new bot with a just new token, and I guess the behavior of the Python itself feels strange, because before that you could always shut up the program with Control C. Right now it's like starting to work, and then it all of a sudden stops working. And to be honest, I'm not sure what might be wrong. I guess we can use the time to invite our special guests. Well, be probably half time fixing all of the problem. And guys, are you ready for the special guest? I guess this is an opportunity of a lifetime to chat with this type of person. I guess, yeah, the opportunity of a lifetime for sure. Uh,
Yeah.
I'm happy
So
to
I would say
announce.
drum roll,
Yeah,
because
drum roll,
today we
guys.
have with us, we have Quartz.
Yeah,
Diego.
the winner
Hey
of the
man, how are
radio
you?
hackathon.
Hey everyone, it's good man. Thanks Bjorn. Thanks Vlad, for the intro. That's a very very nice intro. Thank you.
So for those of you who don't know who Diego is, I also just met him in person 2 weeks ago in Cyprus. He's an amazing guy. And I said before, I wear this today with proud because he's one of the winners of the Colosseum Hackathon. And when I met him first, he already won the side track of Mercuryo. So shout out to this guy. He's crushing it. So Diego, I know you have good energy. Just why don't you just tell us a bit about you, how you feel, how is it to win in a global hackathon? Yeah, like tell us.
Yeah, thank you. No, thank you. Yeah, no, it feels great. Like getting the news that we won a prize in this global hackathon, 15 payments. Is was just incredible. Like it feels like we got a bit of credibility from kind of the community, that we're getting loads of exposures. People have been finding out about us, people been congratulating us as well, and it feels great because there's been a lot of people like you, Bjorn, like you, Vlad, and many others in the Solana ecosystem that have been very helpful for us, kind of helping us with even developer stuff or just with advice or just everything. And it feels good that it feels good that their help like put us in this position. And yeah, we're really happy.
Great, this is so cool to hear. Maybe you want to share 1 or 2 words about what Quartz actually does, so our listeners also know what you guys are up to.
For sure. So Quartz is a way for you to spend your crypto without actually selling it. So the way that works is that instead of you having to sell, let's say, your Solana to go pay for a coffee, you take a loan using your Solana as collateral, and then you spend the loan instead of selling your asset. So if your Solana then goes up to, I don't know, from $100 to $200, you stay exposed, and you because you don't sell your tokens, you don't have to file any capital gains tax either. So that's what we do, and that's what we're building, and we've integrated with Mercuryo in order to help us with the off ramping stage, and yeah, that's how we got to participate in the site track.
Really cool. So when I heard first about the project, I was super stoked about it. I don't know, Vlad, how did you feel back then? I mean,
I didn't call Diego, but I've written him the Telegram roundabout that I was hyped about that. And first I thought, yeah, I mean, damn, the project which won on our track also won on the Reddit track, and that's the question I wanted to ask to you, Diego. Do you think, and it might be a little bit selfish of me, but do you think if your win on our side track anyhow impacted the win on the payments track?
I'm sure it probably did. For sure, everything really helps us with credibility and visibility. And when we won your track in the Mercurial hackathon, we made a couple posts, and it really like we got loads and loads of visibility, engagement, and that's something that we know for sure that the Coliseum judges look at. It's engagement, it's posts, it's traction, it's a lot of these things, and that was just kind of like definitely was a huge boost for us for sure.
Cool, that's amazing. And I mean, a little bit of how the integration worked for you. I mean, everything is not yet running still, but guys, for those of you who are really excited about the integration, I'll definitely upload the GitHub repo of everything working, and definitely share it about. I'll run it on like on a test server. For those of you who really want to see that, I've posted the link to my X to the chat. Has failed to post to Super Team Germany. I guess we will share it on the main page of Super Team Germany. I'll also repost the stream. So yeah, I'll be waiting everybody on my X. I'll share you the rest of the demo there. Yeah, so Diego, if you could say a couple of words on how easy it was, because my integration is relatively easy, but I do believe you did something more in terms of also off-ramping and inserting the wallet for the user. How was it for you?
It was super easy. It was almost too easy. It took like 3 minutes, like 2 minutes even, and it was like, oh, is that it? And it was really simple. You just get exactly what you described. You get the link, you get the widget ID, you get passing the parameters as a string, and that's it. You just either redirect the user to a website, or you set it up as an iframe or like as a widget within your app, and that's it. Like for real, if you guys really want to integrate with it, it's no hassle. It's brain dead actually. So yeah, that's all I have to say there.
Thanks a lot for the warm words about integration. I mean, we've worked a lot to make it as easy for all of the developers as we can. Maybe we can bring somebody from the chat. If we have any questions or any proposals, guys, and does any of you have the projects which might be eligible for the ecosystem program? Because we really want to do something interactive. If you can write the name of your project, we can search it up on Twitter and like do the live demo of ecosystem program right now on the stream. Nobody, I guess. Yeah, I mean, we're trying our best. Maybe some later in the comments for the future guilds.
Maybe give them a few minutes or so. On the other hand, what you just said, like normally the way we do it is we share the code examples from the developers guild. So if you go to our GitHub, we have Super Team, I think it's Super Team Germany, the GitHub link. And the repository with your code, if you don't mind, I would also like to share it right there. Yeah, and then people can always go through it. Also, if you guys go on our YouTube link, you will see Super Team Germany. You will see there that we did live sessions during our last bootcamp, hackathon bootcamp. And there was also an example from Vlad where he already implemented or gave examples how to implement Mercuryo back then. So there's also a nice demo that you can always revisit and just check out. Yeah, we have another guest here as well. And I have to say, I have no clue. So Vlad said we should bring him on. And I'm super excited to hear more about this project as well. So Emeka, welcome to the stage. I hope you're still with us.
Yes, I'm still with you guys. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
We hear you great. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. How about you?
Excited, super excited. I have the feeling I get to know something new, get to hear something new. So it's always good.
I should do a little bit of introduction on who is Emeka and why we invited him. Emeka won the second place. So Diego with Quartz won the third place on our sidetrack. Emeka won the second place on our sidetrack. And coincidentally, Emeka won the fourth place on the payments track, and Diego won the fifth place on the payment track. And that's why, Diego, I've asked if you think that the winning on our track did any contribution to the main track, because like 2 out of our winners became 2 winners of the global track. And I guess that's a great work.
Congrats, by the way. This is news.
Yeah, thank you.
So Emeka, maybe you could also do a little bit of an introduction on what your project was building.
Okay, yeah, great. So for us, we built Reba. I mean, the Reba was initially in the Renaissance hackathon, where we got shortlisted. And what we were building at the time was an inflation-resistant USDC wallet for SMEs in emerging markets, because basically in this part of the world, a lot of businesses lose, value on their local fiat due to inflation. But as we, kept on building and iterating, we got to realize that there was more like a need for a more robust, ecosystem, and it's kind of like hinting to what you would call decentralized commerce, right? Where basically we are trying to enable real-world businesses to come on chain to, basically propel and drive more commerce. Considering that traditional players are a bit restricted in terms of access to global markets, restrictions on payments and stuff. So for the Mercuryo track, it was pretty much about basically leveraging Blinks to build out a storefront where SMEs could basically showcase their products to a global audience and basically receive payments in USDC on that. And it was amazing to win a track, the side track on Mercuryo. But on the more broader phase, what we did with Ruba is we are trying to basically migrate, like I said, real-world businesses to the Web3 ecosystem. But we're not trying to disrupt the traditional financial rails they are used to. So what we did was kind of like a backward integration whereby we are linking USDC wallets to actual bank accounts or mobile money wallets, as some parts of some regions in Africa use. And what happens is these businesses, as they receive local payments from their customers, it is instantly swapped to USDC and settled in USDC. And they can now leverage this to basically power real-time, low-cost global payments. And then the future is basically a situation where we are trying to kind of drive a situation where these businesses can leverage these on-chain footprints, as what we call them, to actually unlock DeFi-backed credit facilities. So it's kind of like what we're working on, a way to ensure that businesses can go global, trade and transact across borders without the restriction of traditional players. Yeah.
And it might be a little bit of a tricky question, but how you're going to be fighting with all of the legal stuff? Because especially I guess it's a little bit easier in Africa since the regulations there are not that strict, but it might be very hard in Europe. And do you have any plans? And if not, it's okay. That's why we have ecosystem program. We can help you with that. But I'm just interested if you have anything prepared for that.
Yeah, so for the more emerging markets like Africa, it's pretty much easier for us to handle the linking of USDC wallets to local fiat accounts. But for sophisticated markets like Europe, North America, Asia, we're not going to be doing that. So we'll probably be building out solutions that actually power on-chain payments and collections for businesses, kind of like what Helio does, but something a bit more user-friendly for businesses, because our core focus are actual real-life businesses, like your Pizza Hut, your neighborhood clothing brand and stuff like that. These are the kind of people we're trying to bring on chain to basically, because there's a wide range of customer base they could tap into that they currently aren't doing, because they are all localized in their regions. So we believe that with bringing them on chain, they are able to, basically tap into a wider range of customer base and basically scale. Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense. And guys, I think that we can do a little bit more value for the users. And if you, each of you can do a set of tips on how to win the global track, since you already accomplished that, what you think was the key parts of your products to go to the global track, to winning the global track?
I can go
Diego,
first.
you want to go first?
Yeah,
go ahead.
Yeah. I would say it is kind of marketing, something that we are still really working on, and something that we have to get better at. But even just putting your product into the open, getting people to follow your Twitter, talking to people about your product, getting visibility for it, I think that comes really, really big, because there's a lot of projects in the hackathon, and some of them maybe have really small accounts, but then the ones that have big followings, it's just I think the judges kind of look at that and say, okay, they have some different traction there. Let me look into a bit further, and maybe give you some extra time. That I would say was really big. Maybe the other thing is I guess like launching a product, maybe having it either as a beta or getting some users on board. I think that's huge as well. It's not always possible, but those are the kind of two things that I think really helped us. So yeah, that would be kind of my advice in the future.
Yeah, so kind of like piggybacking from what Diego said, it was kind of like what we also did. We ensured that we put the product out there. And most of our demos, if you go to our socials, are actual use cases, people using our product. So we kind of like prioritize ensuring that we got the MVP out real fast, got it into the hand of users, Then, of course, Super Team, Cash keeps saying it, Super Team is a cheat code. Super Team can enable you actually drive your product out there because the community is like mad, and I am building out of Super Team Nigeria. The Nigerian community is super bullish and super cooperative. So it was kind of like these guys kind of like took our products out there to all the merchants and stuff. And we got a lot of feedback, from that, and which we also added back into the product. So I would say number one, prioritize getting the MVP out as fast as possible, and then try to get those demos, and if possible, real life demos, people using the products. That's, I believe, would help the judges understand that, okay, yeah, this is actually working. These people are using this product. So yeah, I would say that's it.
Cool. And
yeah, maybe we have actually 3 super teams here. Nigeria, I think Diego, you are from UK, right?
I'm from Ireland. There isn't a set super team yet, but it's just a community there, so we're growing it. It's loading. Ireland's coming.
Oh, nice. Oh yeah, I thought you would be super team UK. So then
no, they're great people. We're very close with them as well. So they helped out lots as well. So yeah.
Amazing. Yeah, that's so cool. So, Craig Pen. I love the chat. Thank you so much, Vladi, for writing. So if you would start out now, what is the best tip that you could give to someone who wants to start? And what is the best tip that you would give someone for the hackathon? Because we had a lot of discussions about, do you have to have a Twitter presence? Do you have to have your pitch deck ready? How good, how big must your MVP be, right? So from your experience, what would you say?
I would say definitely be visible. Definitely, if you're in a community like Super Team, that's a huge help. And if you have an MVP, get it out. Yeah, I kind of what Mecca said as well. It's just getting the backing of the community is incredible. I had the luck to be in Islandau in Thailand, and that was a huge opportunity because there's a bunch of Solana people, and you could just go and ask them, what do you think about this product? What are the things you would change, or can you try this out? And you get iteration like this. So those are the things that I think are they're vital for success, for sure.
I mean, I can give a little bit of comment on for those who want to start their project in terms of ecosystem program, in terms of product we're looking for. I guess this bull run would be about meme coins, but I wouldn't advise you to do any meme coins because we're here for the health of the industry, not for the illness. Sorry for Bon community, don't fucking kill me, please. But in terms of value, I think this not only would be about meme coins, but about consumer projects. And you can see this narrative starting to rise up for the past half a year. So maybe try not to build one more protocol and one new technology. Try to focus on what the user needs and build on those needs at the first place.
I agree. And I think this is also, this is the first time I think I really saw that the consumer project also kind of, of course there's the consumer track, but like what Emeka said, like all those payments, it's like, for me, this is how I got into Solana. I think it's a really, really important thing. And I think this is also how the future will look like. Payments is something we do every day and many, many times. So making this super easy, cheap, and fast for the user, and then even enjoyable, I think this is a very, very huge approach if you can make this. Emika, do you also want to say something about this?
Sorry, what was the question again? I lost my network for a bit.
Yeah, so what is, do you have maybe some sort of tip for someone who wants to start out? I mean, you obviously had many experience already with end users. So how fast was it for you, for example, also to build your product? Because, I mean, you have to have a product to start testing it, right? So it's crucial.
Yeah, I think if it's your first time, it can be pretty tough, especially the timeline, right? I think we had a lot of advantage because I mean we've been building for about 6 months. We were building 2 months before the first Renaissance. Then we quickly iterated and kept improved upon that. Took a lot of learnings, then came back harder, right? And I think it's kind of like the team. A lot of people come back better the second time, and they get to win, a track. And so if you can push very fast within the time frame, that would be good. So I would say you have to prioritize the simple things. Try not to like push all the features in there. Get what sticks. Push that as fast as possible. Then actually drive that use case or that solution you're trying to push out there. Yeah, and that should like kind of like keep you ahead. Then of course the presentation is very important, super important. I think that was one thing we took seriously this time around. The last time I practically like submitted at the last few minutes before the deadline because I was trying to get it right. But we submitted this one like 24 hours before time because we were very prepared. We took days to work on our pitch and the presentation, and yeah, so that helped a lot.
Really cool. Thanks, guys, for sharing this. Zubaya was asking how they can get more information about your projects. So short information, Vlad already shared the Twitter handles of you guys. But also what's always a good way to go is the Colosseum website itself. If you go to Colosseum of the website, and what you can do there is you can check out the projects on the page. You basically just go to the search field, and then you can enter the names of the projects, and then you can see the project description. I think you can also see the videos, like the pitch videos that they submitted, and the pitch deck and everything like this. It's super cool. And since these guys are hackathon winners, there's also a possibility to see past hackathon winners. I think it's on hackathon.superteam.fun. I think this is the domain. This is a website where we as Super Team host resources for you during the hackathon to get you started, to help you, along the way. And there's also a section with all the past winners. So it's not just for this hackathon, it's also for all the previous ones. So if you see some person who won, it's super likely to find their video right there and then see how their pitch deck was. Also, if you in the future have to structure your pitch deck right, figure out where you focus on, this is maybe your best way to go. Yeah. And with that, I think it's already 1:10, so we are running out of time right now. Guys, do you have any closing words that you want to say maybe to our audience right now?
Thanks everybody for the Trump bump, and hold until inauguration.
Diego?
Facts. Thanks. That's facts, Vlad. Yeah, no, exactly. I just want to say thank you to everyone. And yeah, check us out at QuartzPay on Twitter. And yeah, there's lots more to come. And if you have any questions about like a next hackathon or about a project, like how you can get started or something, just shoot me a text on Twitter or something. And yeah, I'd love to help whatever way I can.
Yeah, I think same thing. Thank you very much, especially to the Mercuryo team for supporting us and backing us. And if you're looking to jump in the next hackathon, try to get close to the super team community close to you. They have valuable support, resources, and a whole lot to aid you. And my handle is here. You can follow me on Twitter. I can always, share. I always have time to, support, people, folks building in the space. And let's kill it.
Amazing. These are great final words. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you so much. And for you guys still watching, thank you so much for tuning in to our developer skill this week. I want to do a little shout out for an event that we plan now in Berlin. It's going to be from the 2nd to the 4th of December, and it's going to be a 0 to Hero developer bootcamp workshop. So we start with setting up your system over first little blinks that we write in TypeScript. Day 2 will be an Anchor, and day 3 will be NFT deep dive. And you will learn everything you need to know about those techniques. For the Anchor part, we will have already the Turbine legend Andre with us. For the NFT part, we will have actually the grand champion winner from this Colosseum hackathon, Leo, also community dev rep for Metaplex, live on stage with us, telling you everything you need to know about Metaplex and their offerings. And it's super close that we also can find the Nick, the one and only from Dialect, joining us. This is very close that he will also be there. So fingers crossed. It's not 100% safe, but already our panel will be amazing. We will do it also online. So I'm gonna also share a link for all of you, all of those of you who cannot be there. But of course, I hope you come here and we meet in person. We have this amazing IRL experience together, and we hack and we code and we have fun. And in the end, we will all have learned a lot. And with that, again, thank you so much to the panel. Thank you for the coding, Vlad, and everything. Guys, I'm super, super proud of you. You have the right drive, and I hope you keep on pushing hard. And please subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you don't miss the next sessions. And with that, I wish you an amazing week, rest of the week. See you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, everybody.